Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to do a song. It's going to explain to y'all about that, what's the word for it? $400 billion lawsuit. Now, we're going to do a little exercise. I'm going to finish my song in a minute. Not going to let y'all hear it now. You're going to have to go to the video when it goes up. Okay, let me give you the title before I go on. Now, this video going to be real short because I got a meeting in less than 9 minutes. What's the name? I don't understand taxes. That's the name of this particular song. I don't understand taxes. All right. Now, let's do this right here. Wake up. I got a question, comma. I have someone who owes me some money. And let's say for the sake of conversation, it's $100,000. Now, the Internal Revenue Code 166 and 6050P allows me to write off that amount if I determine that it is either worthless, partially, or wholly, and or it is uncollectible. Comma, can you tell me whether or not this is true? And if I can prove that going to court that the other party is not going to pay, let's say I file a lawsuit and they fail to respond, and they fail to respond after they have been duly served, comma, I can write off that amount without having to go through the entire court process or having to receive a judgment from the court. Stop listening. Stop listening. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter if the court says yay or nay, or if they say we don't like you, or we don't like your daddy, or your mama, or your cousins, or your nieces, or your nephews. The courts have nothing to do with this. This is all about a debt. And the courts don't determine what is or what is not a debt. That's not their job. They can only handle a controversy. They don't get to determine whether somebody owes you money. Now, no, we're going to block that because I don't have any programs working in the background. So we definitely blocking that. Now, yes, under 166 of the IRS code, you can deduct a debt that you can establish as wholly or partially worthless in the year it becomes so. However, you can do it in a previous year. You just have to carry it forward. Okay? So don't go by that in the year it becomes so. In the year it becomes so, just go back to that year. Get in your John DeLorean, tell Michael Fox and the professor, come on, we taking a trip. And go back to that time period and write it off and then carry it forward. I'm not joking. That's the law. Don't believe me? Go check it out. All right. We'll do it in a second. Section 6050P, by contrast, governs the creditor's obligation to report cancellation of debt income on a 1099-C and does not itself create a deduction. Wake up. I'm sorry, comma, you are lying, comma, a 1099-C gives a creditor the ability of determining whether or not they want to deduct, comma, reduce, comma, transfer, comma, assign, comma, sell, comma, carry forward, or carry back the credit that has been created as a result of the ability to receive a deduction or reduction. Exclamation mark. It is a benefit, and because it's a benefit, it's considered a gain, period. When you write off a debt, it is a gain for the creditor and a gain for the debtor simultaneously. Exclamation mark. So do not try to correct me again because I know the law. Stop listening. Most of you don't know that when there's a charge off or a write off, because a charge off and a write off are the same thing, the creditor receives a gain, a benefit. A benefit is a gain. Somebody benefited from something. So that means they gained something. And when your debt is forgiven, you've benefited. When the debt is forgiven for the creditor, it benefits. Now, hold on. Form 1099-C under 1050 exists solely to report the cancellation of debt. Wake up. And again, I'm not incorrect, you stupid idiot. Go back and read IRS Tax Topic 453 and check yourself. Stop listening. It don't want to have y'all thinking that, ladies and gentlemen. It says I'm incorrect because this only allows for the reporting of the cancellation of indebtedness. It's a benefit. And section 161A12 does not itself grant a deduction, carry back, carry forward right to a creditor. And that's a lie. It says I am mistaken. Makes it clear that the deductions are governed under blah, 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 blah. Reporting rules under blah, 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 blah. Wake up. So you're telling me that if I write off a debt as a creditor, I don't have the right to receive a deduction or a reduction, because now you're calling the IRS code a liar. Stop listening. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to go, but go back and read IRS Tax Topic 453. It specifically talks about reduction and deduction. And that's why it says it has to be in a year. Yes, as a creditor, you can claim a bad debt deduction. Okay? It says it right there. Yes, as a creditor, you can claim a bad. It just wants to disagree because it can't have you. You have the right to deduct a bad debt, but the right comes absolutely from the IRC. Wake up. Wake up. Nobody told you, you stupid idiot, that it came from the 1099-C. 1099-C is just an information form. It's just a reporting form, but it's directly associated with 166. So you decided to be stupid and argue with me, so shut up with your stupidity. I told you, you cannot challenge me. Stop listening. And final answer, and I got to go because I have a meeting to get started. So y'all has a good day because y'all gonna have to come back some other time and see us because I gotta go. All right. I just want to see the answer. Come on, they gotta go. Gotta go put my boots on. You are correct. Bye bye.